Hey all, Alan here again. I've just been to the post office to collect my GPS mount. Anyhow, so there's three pieces here. Let's take my helmet off here. So there's the main part that fits onto the windscreen. And then what I did was, at first I didn't know whether I was going to buy the Garmin Zoomer. I thought maybe I'd just attach my phone, so I bought the quad lock attachment, and then I thought, well, while I'm doing it, let me get the Garmin attachment anyway, because maybe one day I'll buy it. And it wasn't that much extra to buy that. The most expensive part was actually, I think, well, the attachment for the quad lock was much more expensive than for the Garmin, and this is the one I'll probably end up not using. Okay, I decided to do this inside rather. So yeah, this is the main bracket again. Then I've got the parts just separated from each of the packets that they came in, and then I've got my Garmin mount thing that came with the Garmin Zoomer. So that piece will go onto there. Actually, I need my laptop with the instructions on so I can follow them properly. I'll be back now. Well, I took the screen off, just the 4 bolts. I'll just put that aside over there, and I've actually taken this part and I've just screwed it in with 2 bolts just to keep it in place, because I wanted to get the length of the cord right. I've taken it, I've attached it as you're supposed to with these little clips, and I've attached the Garmin piece onto the Evotech piece, and also just screwed in the wiring. I don't know what I've got this wiring coming up underneath the dash here. I don't know whether that's the best place to keep it. I'm thinking I may be zip tying stuff together here, and I've also taken this piece on the other side off to try and neaten up my wiring and get the length right. I'll come back once I got that sorted out. Well, I found out what some of the other screws were for. The original 4 black screws actually do not fit in here, so you get the silver ones with a little cap, and they go in instead. They're slightly longer because obviously the thickness of the bracket takes up space. So there it is. I've got the screen back on, and I've got the Garmin mount connected, and I suppose if you want to, you can just clip that on when you want to take the GPS off. Yeah, maybe, I guess I'll still do that, and then I guess when it's when you're not using it, you can find some way to tuck it around. Anyway, I am still neatening up the wiring. For some reason I can't get all the wiring back underneath here. even though there's actually less of it. But I'll give it another go. It's getting dark now, but it's basically done. I might just try and neaten this up a little bit, maybe. Not sure how, but I'll work something out. Yeah, in the meantime, I'll just take another video clip once I've got the GPS on and show you it all hopefully working. Cheers for now. Okay, I've got the Garmin mounted now. I must say, if I'd designed it, I would have actually put it a lot lower. I don't know why you need all this space here. It's kind of right up on the screen. It's at the highest point now, so there's quite a big difference between where the normal dash is in the Garmin. If I put it down at the lowest setting, that's a little bit better, I guess, but it still probably could have been a few inches further back and an inch to an inch and a half lower, even on the lowest point. Anyhow, so the way I've got it set up now is when I actually put the ignition on, it will start the GPS. Looks like I've got issues with my GoPro. It starts shutting off at 60%. Anyway, it's going again now. So basically, when you switch the ignition off, it should tell you that the power's off and that it's probably, I think it checks for updates and then shuts off. So let's give it a go. Yep, so there it goes. External power has been lost. The device will check for updates and then turn off. Okay, so I've got the GPS mounted now, the Garmin Zumo. It's using the Evotech mounting. I don't know if you can see on low revs it shakes around a little bit. I guess I am worried that it might jiggle itself loose. Most people say it's a pretty secure connection, and it certainly feels like it when you put your hand on it and try and move it, you can't. Anyhow, I guess this solution is okay. I think the Evotech mount could have been designed a little bit better though. To me, it may not look like it right now from this point of view, but it's sitting very high. It's also sitting far more forward than it needed to. I think the Evotech mount is a little longer than it needed to be. It could have been shorter and further back. Probably would have reduced the vibration on it as well. But so the other thing is that my screen's in the absolute lowest position right now, so it seems a lot better than when I lift it right up. Now all of a sudden it's wobbling a lot more, and it looks like it's too high up and obstructing my view more than anything else. So I think I'm going to be riding with it down there, where it seems to be in a better position as far as my sight's concerned, and in terms of it not wobbling itself loose, and also my view. I don't know, maybe, I mean, this bike's not so bad in terms of the wind when the screen's down anyway. And we're also going into summer now, almost spring. I guess I'll be riding with the screen down a lot more as well now, and I'll maybe want a little bit of wind in my face, especially when it gets hotter. But anyway, there it is. It's a neat solution, I'll give that to them. I would have preferred if they could come up with something that doesn't actually mount to the actual windscreen, and something that mounted somewhere to the frame. I've seen a solution for the Tiger 900 which actually bolts onto the back of the screen. Not sure what's changed that much in the design of this bike, but I'd love that option where it bolts onto the back of the screen. That way it'll stay at a consistent height no matter what position the screen's in, and probably wobble a little less. I mean, if you can see the main screen compared to the Garmin screen, the main screen's not wobbling at all, so pretty solid. I'd say that's the way to go if it was possible. I don't know why. Again, I mean, that's one of the things I'm disappointed in terms of the Triumph bike itself was firstly, the Triumph navigation sucks, and so does all the connectivity sucks. They seem to have made it for phones that are like 3 years old, and GoPros that are 3 years old. I mean, you buy a modern bike, you expect it to connect to modern accessories. So, I mean, I've even just completely switched the Bluetooth off from my bike completely, which is a shame. I didn't want to have to do that because I at least wanted the phone connectivity to work. But yeah, it's a bit disappointing when it comes to that. I think Triumph could have done a better job. My Triumph 2012 model had a GPS bar on it. Why couldn't they build a decent bar onto this one instead of that plastic thing sitting there to move the windshield up and down? Anyway, this will do for now. Just hoping that some manufacturer, third party, is going to come up with a better option than this. I think that's it for now. Thanks guys, cheers.